Okay, I think we're good. We're gonna go ahead and jump into game one right here. Getting some, looks like we have pretty good. Just gonna wait just a second on the feedback from both teams.
Alrighty.
All good, says Trust. And I see Trinity Limit's already readied up, so I'm gonna imagine it's good on their front as well. It looked pretty good. I didn't see any frame drops. Did you see anything?
Nope.
Yeah,
Everything's fine to me.
Looked okay to me, so let's kick it off. So, interested to see if Fat Metal Chocobo will be sticking with, I know Tress is probably one of the better Jacks in the community, so I would be shocked if he actually strayed away from him for this exhibition. As well as, I'm not sure if we're going to see Shantoto. I felt like last time they played, they ended up switching away from Shantoto later in the set, so let's see if they stick to their guns or what might end up happening here at the beginning, because you know the first one or two games really set the pace and the tone. I feel like for the set and how it can go.
Right. So they're choosing their summons now, so you'll get to see the teams in just a sec.
Okay, so we get Midgar. Alright, so Omni Slash. Alright. We got Fluffy going with Spiral Cut. Andrew PR electing to go with the newest roster member, Miss Renoa, with Meteor, and third we had there Chibi running his classic Cloud, probably one of the better Vanguards in NA, probably unanimous at this point. So let's start off with Renoa. Haven't really seen too much of Andrew PR's Renoa, a few times in ranked, so I'm interested to see how his style kind of clashes in comparison to some of the other Renoa players that we've seen as of late.
Same here. This Renoa is still a new character. I still don't know what the preferred method of, well, holding neutral is for them at least. Since she does have multiple options, but I mean, so far I guess her dash attack seems to be the most popular one.
Yep, I would definitely agree with that. And also Rocket Dog, very, very good utility tool for her as well. So right there, get some early action going on. Trust taking a hit, as well as Chibi taking a hit as well. Fluffy going down in the background. That was an unfortunate trade right there.
Yeah, Andrew almost got the punish, but the flare interrupted him.
Okay. So let's take a look. We're going to focus on Chibi now. So Chibi, they got Mighty Strikes up. Now, in the background, Pazer, he has Omni Slash, and he has Mighty Strikes up. So you know he's looking up. Chibi actually ends up getting his Omni Slash off. And it looked like, yeah, he wanted to punish, but no go right here, unfortunately.
And that Shantoto has 5k.
So I'm going to rotate over to her.
5k. And she got hit by a quick hit. I actually have no idea whether that hit or not, because Spectator is a little weird like that. Oh, yep, that is, she landed it, and you got interrupted.
Ooh, not sure about that Salvation Sight. You know, with projectiles in this game not really always going through all obstacles, I like to try and go through right there, no dice. Now in the background, we do have both shoots on each team both have Kill Brave at this point. So I'm going to focus on switch back over to Renoa. And, oh, she's actually lost her Kill Brave. The time it took me to switch, she's already lost it. So with this being Fat Metal Chocobo summon, that was unfortunate. Somebody actually got clapped for 1700 right there. It looks like Trust.
Yep, but unfortunately throughout the entire summon, the Shantoto couldn't convert all that Brave.
Yeah.
So
that was a bit of a downer.
As of right now, she still she at least has killing on one member of that's Fluffy going right into the Spiral Cut, and the Shantoto's now enraged. Since it did more than 2/3 of her health, you'll see. I think we'll see soon enough whether or not she got hit again.
Now that was quite unfortunate. Trustful right there tried to go for a actually tried to go for a bit of a yellow HP attack there. Did end up getting punished fully by Omni Slash. So he's down. Now Fat Metal Chocobos is currently on their last stock, and the enemy has summoned. So they're gonna have to play this extremely sharp if they want to make it through this.
For one, the Shantoto is gonna have to try to see if they can convert that Brave, and that's game.
Yeah. So right there, team kind of collapsing on him right there. Fluffy really just waited for him to go ahead and do Salvation Scythe, which he did do. Was able to avoid it, came down with Spiral Cut, and that's going to take the first game for Trinity Limit. Looking solid as usual.
It's like at that point there wasn't much, like once Shantotto pressed square, there really wasn't much else they could do since because of how vulnerable they are during Salvation Scythe startup. So
yep, I definitely agree. You know, that is always a risk-reward paradigm with this game, really any fighting game. You press that button, you know what I mean, the consequences be right upon you, and it is. So gonna start off, let's take a look at Chibi. Chibi running Vanguard, of course, so he wants to try and be kind of close to his shoot. Fluffy, unfortunately, right there, looked like he did overextend just a little bit. Did get wall rush and did eat some HP damage for Chocobos.
Right now, there seems to be a bit of a scuffle going on, and meanwhile, Renoa was carried off to the wall where they got hit for almost all of their health.
Yep, really bad trade right there. Now, right now, Trestle, again, one of the more aggressive players within our scene, especially with Jack. You know, Jack is not really going to zone anybody out. Obviously, no projectiles on that front. But as you see here, Team Trinity Limit is absolutely bleeding. But yeah, and that's going to be another stock right there. Wow.
Whoa.
That
was quick.
That was destruction. So quick role reversal right there. First match seemed to kind of be a bit steady. That match right there was full momentum. Trestle, again, got started and never really took his foot off the throat for the whole match. So that was
like once that, it's just like once that scuffle started, the entire team just started to fall apart.
Yep.
So as a result, they kept getting down right after another.
So let's take
another
a look.
thing.
No, go ahead, Art.
So like, it's another thing. It's like really important to keep a cool head in these matches. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Because most of the time when you're playing, you have a pretty good idea of what your teammates want to do. But if you start panicking, then you'll start going completely out of sync with your team, and things like that can happen.
Yep, I definitely agree. I concur 100%. Taking a look at Kaiser. Alright, now Chibi was really in danger right there of getting his shield broken. Gets the break actually. Shield's still in red, so he's going to have to be careful here. A shield break is going to be a free HP attack. Potential break. Trestle coming in.
Oh, and Kaiser is going full force with Thunder Break and Mighty Strikes.
He's still in his... so tries to do the Omni Slash, no dice. Yeah, a little too shallow on that as well.
There.
Yeah.
He's just about off limit, and he desperately wants to get this off. And unfortunately, Mighty Strikes, and now Limit Break, were off.
Now, while that whole cat and mouse game was going on, in the background, Shantotto has 6K right now.
Let's see, right now, Fluffy's looking at the Shantotto, looking for a chance to punish, and he comes in with Ren Shield, determined to shave off all that Brave, and Spiral Cuts Shantotto, but hits someone else instead.
So Shantotto obviously desperate to try and get the HP attack off. Nice shield right there on, was shielding quick hit. Unfortunately, Shiva came through and really robbed him of all his Brave. Really unfortunate way to lose the Brave right there. And in the background, Trestle does go off. Still have Diamond Dust in the wings. So, alright, they end up making it out of Diamond Dust without losing another stock. So that's tough. So close right there.
Right, but now 2/3 of the Dream Limit have a decent amount of, have like a sizable amount of Brave. So even it's like at this rate, if someone gets HP, it's probably gonna be a bit difficult to recover from. Oh, and Fluffy almost got hit with the Omni Slash, but his own dash attack saved him. It's like,
yep. So it looks like Fluffy is definitely trying to focus on Glory Seeker quite heavily right now. Trestle coming in, definitely trying to put a stop to that. Meteor coming in the wings. Only about 1,000 Brave there.
And that is an Omni Slash.
Yep,
hitting
hitting two people.
And now the Cloud the Cloud's left, still fighting, despite 2/3 of his team being down. Let's see.
So,
That is
yeah,
total all alone.
yeah, not in love with that summon call right there. Might be better to just maybe have somebody try and solo right now, because right now Shantoto has already teleported. So if she gets enfeebled, that might actually be game, set, match, guys. Hello, Reese, what's going on? So right there, Fluffy was getting wall rush. You have Glory Seeker in potato mode. So as of this moment, probably has the best holds in the whole game. So definitely don't want to be putting blocks in at all. Oh, gets the Omni Slash off on Chibi. Not dead, but definitely bleeding. So they definitely want to try and make the most out of the summon call. They have to try and maximize it. If they don't, that's going to be the whole match.
As of right now, Fluffy is wall rushed and knocked away, unfortunately.
So both enfeebles have been popped, so it's going to be a pretty honest game at this point. Oh, as honest as Omni Slash gets, I guess. Yep. So Chibi right there saw his avenue and Omni Slash Trestle, and that's going to take the first match on Midgar. Very back and forth. I felt like there was really a snowball effect with both matches. Talk to me about that match. How did you feel about it?
It was like, I think it probably would have been a bit more manageable if it's like, so the last two matches, I think it could be both teams were put in a difficult spot in those respective matches. So those kinds of things can be a bit hard to recover from if you don't, if you can't hold neutral very well. Well, if you can't control neutral very well, should I say, then that's going to involve keeping the enemy team at bay and striking only when the opportunity arises. But at the same time, that can also lead to a timeout, which in that case, they would have passed by points alone, but it really depends on how well they hold out throughout the rest of that match.
Okay, no, I agree with that assessment 100%. There really wasn't a lot of, I felt like whatever team had advantage, they really just pushed it until the end and was able to close out the set. There really wasn't a high amount of neutral happening outside the first 10 to 15 seconds maybe. There really wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, once things started happening, that was really the cascade effect until the rest of the match. Now, both Clouds opting to go with Omni Slash again. A bit peculiar. I think Omni Slash has probably fallen out of grace just a little bit. Everybody still understands how powerful it is with Limit Break, but Cross Slash is, I think, universally accepted to be a bit more stable when it comes to long sets.
Right, because like Omni Slash is only really useful when it's a Limit Break. Not to say that it's completely useless outside of Limit, but given the fact that it has very little range, or lunge, should I say. He basically can't hit it. He basically can't land it unless he's basically within slice and dice range.
Yep, I definitely
Meanwhile,
agree.
Cross Slash, you can actually try to cover your teammates with it, and basically, oh, that is a double meteor by Andrew.
Andrew PR, double meteor, 2000 HP on. Wow, another meteor. No connect.
A minute into the match, and Metal Chocobo is already bleeding.
Yeah, quite heavily, in fact. Yeah, nice hold right there, and he does go down. Does get clipped by Salvation Sight. Not too much off of that. Trestle with a nice wall rush. Looked like Andrew PR tried to wake up and press speed. Not sure about that.
TK landed a good Omni Slash and put Fluffy in a very tight spot.
Now, one thing I'm seeing is that Glory Seeker is kind of far away from the match here. I'd like to see him get in just a bit more. I know he is bleeding, but his team's going in, so you got to kind of push with them at this point. But in the background, as we were saying, that Chibi does end up, I believe that was Fluffy ended up going down to Salvation Sight when he opted to go for Slice and Dice.
Let's see, that Cloud, Chibi is currently a limit, and Glory Seeker is literally holding on by a sliver of health, and oh,
yep, that's just unfortunate. Did try and salvation sight, but a bit too late there. Now this is possibly the worst case scenario ever, because they're on their final stock. Teammate literally has 500 HP, and a summon's on the field. It really can't get any worse than this. Yeah.
I was hoping. So I was thinking. I was about to say because the Chantotal still had teleport, but they get clipped by a meteor from behind. So there wasn't much they could have done about that, except they could have tried to like sidestep it while they're facing away from the enemy, or try to see if they can lock on, see where it's coming from. But they both literally would have had to like involve split-second inputs and some kind of an idea on basically where the enemy marksman is, really.
Yep, I definitely agree with that right there. Fluffy and Tress going into a little bit of a 1v1 there. Father-son duo right there. So let's take a look. Core is up. And of course, 2 clouds on the field, so they're going to obliterate that core quite quickly. In the background, Tress getting clipped by Meteor again. Seeing a lot of Meteor clips happen on this stage. I'm not sure if it's just unfamiliarity or what's going on. Gets the wall crush, gets the break right there.
Actually, now that I think about it, looks like both teams are being very aggressive right now. And Fluffy got the slice and dice on Glory Seeker. Fluffy actually could have slice and diced the jack right there, and actually probably would have been another stock.
Yep.
He lands another slice and dice.
Yep. And right now, Kaiser is currently on life support.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Metal Chocobo is, yeah. Metal Chocobo is actually on their last legs right about now, and Fluffy has killing on everyone. Now they need to start. Oh, the cloud needs
that's
to.
Gonna be it. Yep, that's gonna be it. That was.
I feel.
Ooh.
Now that I think about it, I don't think the Chantoto is getting much protection in that match. When the other team was going in on them, it seemed like the other two, the Chantoto team members, were aggressively fighting back, but they sort of just forgot about their shoot. So Fluffy pretty much had, because Fluffy took 2 stocks off Glory Seeker, so maybe if the Cloud was a bit more perceptive to the condition, to the status of their shoot, they could have done a bit more about it.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. Good assessment right there. I think this is really kind of coming down to who can hold forward the most. This entire set has been straight aggression from both teams. And I think when one team is being aggressive, you got to kind of do something to kind of break that tempo from them. Whether that be, punishing them more with HP attacks or what exactly needs to happen. But right now, them losing the 1v1s like this and really getting the worst of these HP trades is really setting the tone. So right now, Team Trinity limit going up 2-0. Again, that match right there on Eden was just a lot of bad trades. Just like Arakawa pointed out, not much protection on the shoot. I felt like they tried to be in a little bit too much. I'd probably like to see a switch from Omni Slash to potentially Frost Slash coming from Chocobos, just because when you have Omni Slash, I feel like if you have Omni Slash plus Limit Break, and that is your motivational factor, I feel like you're gonna overextend unnecessarily and potentially get punished. So I'd like to see maybe something a bit more conservative coming from Chocobos on that front.
See, here's the thing: when you have when you're in a situation where you need to play aggressively, at the same time you need to be able to think much clearer scenarios, because it's just playing aggressively without a brain really is just going to get you destroyed by the other team. But if you actually look for your opportunities and like try to bait out like things you can punish, then that's when you'd be able to land punishes a bit more easily.
Yep, I definitely concur 100% on that, man. So we've seen a character switch here from Glory Seeker switching to Ultimisia. Now this has happened before in another set. Maybe not feeling the traction that he wanted with Young Chan Toto. So right there, this stage, didn't actually take a look and see what HP that he had. I'm gonna hope that it was Hell's Judgment or even Apocalypse worked pretty good on this stage. So right there gets the worst of that trade, Wall Rush, and Fluffy does confirm right there with Slice of Peace.
Right. I feel like, see, a lot of, what I find with a lot of marksmen, yeah, but like what I find with a lot of marksmen who are capable of playing Ultimisia, they really like using their lances for self-defense. So it's possible that Glory Seeker didn't feel protected that much last match, and he doesn't seem to be seeing much protection, as much protection in this match either. Check did come into, that's gotta be painful.
Yeah, see right there, Kaser did try to do Omni Slash, but he did get hit out of it. So one of his teammates had just went down and he was trying to Omni Slash. So I think that, you know, playing with that, it seems to kind of be his focal point. They definitely have to try and reassess what's happening right now. And because right now Trinity Limit is, they're on the ball. You know what I mean? They know what's going on. They're getting the better of these trades, and they're not really, they aren't afraid to be overly aggressive, which they are being, and they're getting the best of all these trades right now.
Right, because since Trinity Limit is initiating the aggressive play, they actually have the upper hand because they're not leaving much room for their team to think about other than them having to defend themselves. Yep. And each time it leaves room for the shoot to be in fact wide open, even if they're somewhat close to their teammates.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. Hell's Judgment, yep, lingering hitbox. Yeah, that thing has a crazy lingering hitbox, so he did try and do his dash attack, got caught on the follow through, and he flipped quite a bit, so good stuff right there.
Actually, I think they were knocked into it by another teammate, so
even better for them.
So, thinking about Hell's Judgment, I'd often find myself stepping it, only to run right back into it because the hitbox is actually just that long.
Yep, definitely, and it lingers there for a while. So we're gonna take a look at Tress. Kind of beeline straight for Titus, and went ahead and closed him out 4K right there. So it's actually out to a pretty good start right here. Again, Alexandria being one of the quote-unquote Unga stages where, you know, anything can happen, and if both teams are playing aggressive, wow, they were able to get that summon off. Very interesting. I think somebody should have been keeping an eye on Titus when he woke back up, because they're trying to summon, didn't know what.
Yeah, so another thing, you'd have to also keep in, I just noticed that there was a dispel button here, which is actually a good thing, because it'll, at a stage like this, it can really, I mean, it really depends. It can keep the enemy from covering HP from HP regen, but on a stage like this, your HP does tend to drop fairly easily.
Yep, I can definitely see that. For sure. So right now,
that is
nice no go. Yeah, that was a little on the raw side right there. So let's take a look at Fluffy. I'm gonna try and close Trestle out. Kind of focusing him at this point. Omni Slash, no go.
Ooh, he went over Glory Seeker, but kept an eye on the check.
Oh my goodness.
And that was outplay right there.
Bad trade for Chocobos there. They ended up taking the loss right there. Meteor coming out. And again, I'd like to see somebody kind of being a bit closer to Glory Seeker. Just keeping an eye out. The Fluffy has been on and off all match.
Right. So you're thinking about Glory Seeker, it's very quite. And Poise is right through that with Hell's Judgment. But so Glory Seeker has been getting used out of lens, out of self-defense mostly. Because, and that's game.
Yep, and that was a good closeout right there. Now, Andrew PR woke up, he had 3K. It's kind of a cluster going on right there. Nobody looking at her. Literally nobody. She woke up and nobody was looking at her. Can't really afford to do that with a shoot like that has wave HP. She's definitely going to press that button. There's no reason not to. The odds are going to be in her favor. So, woke up, did it. Meteor, closes it out. So Andrew PR showing that he's still quite powerful, despite not using Terra. Of course, Terra getting that massive rework. Just a encyclopedia of nerfs and changes. So not really seeing too much. Seems like a lot of people have kind of migrated over to Renoa, and it's been showing to be quite effective.
Yeah. So,
wait, hold on. Oh, damn. There's somebody spectating that's not us.
oh, that's Akito.
I have no idea who that is.
It's possible they probably joined off someone's playlist. I'm not playlist, but friend list. So let's hope that this doesn't make the spectator mode unstable.
I would.
Because once
No, go ahead.
it's like because once spectator mode becomes unstable, it's gonna be a bit more than difficult to commentate on it. More than likely, I'll probably be distracted by people T-posing while flying across the stage.
Yep, I definitely agree. So I just gave them the heads up. So conclusion of this match, just take a moment so I can kick that guy. Just want to make sure that there's like no issues going on. All right, so right now, Team Trinity Limit 3-0 pretty cleanly right now over Team Fat Metal Chocobos. They are going to Pandemonium, quite a larger stage. Wave HP is going to be pretty strong here as well. A lot of line of sights and stuff like that. So let's get into it.
It'd be interesting to see how this plays out too, because Pandemonium overall is a flatter stage than Midgar and is much larger than Alexandria. So we'd be able to see whether or not Trinity Limit's aggressive tactics would work on the stage as well, or whether or not Fat Metal Chocobo would actually be able to find space to back off and regroup.
Yep, I definitely agree. So going to take a look at Zynex here and PR.
Luckily, got caught immediately by the jet.
Yeah, but Tress, opting to really close out and go for the HP attack, but getting sniped a lot. So I know they're definitely in comms. Want to make sure that the coast is clear before, just going all the way with an HP attack. To see that he's getting the worst of some of these trades, unfortunately.
Right. So through the mini map, you can it's something you want to really pay attention to, even while you're engaging with someone, just in case someone else is coming at you from the side or behind. Because what gets a lot of players into trouble, it's that they pretty much just don't watch their surroundings, and as a result, they end up getting punished for their decisions.
Yep, definitely agree. The minimap being ridiculously important. I think most players say, like players that have been playing for a while, you spend about 80% of your time looking at the minimap. So right there in the background, stock for stock trade, and Team Chocobos does have summon, so when they wake up, unfortunately, gonna be playing. Oh, never mind, she is dead. Don't worry about Rage Bone, she is going down. So just like that, one trade, and now they're kind of definitely on the ropes. Dashing in, again, a teammate was just down. Not really opportune time to try and dash in there. Should be trying to flee and try and focus for the summit. Because, yeah, I'm not sure about that decision.
Because sometimes it's actually... Oh, and that was an interrupt with a sword beam.
Yep, blade beam right there. Almost like a DP, you can wake up and it'll trade or you'll win, unless it's very fast or something like that. So good stuff on that front as well. So let's take a look at Stress.
Nothing really. Oh, and that is a stock by.
That was a nice 1-2 combo right there. Now, Team Trinity Limit looking pretty healthy right now. Both teams on their final stock. Oh, yeah, Meteor coming out, no dice. Fluffy in the mix. Fluffy sitting at 2851. He can definitely kill Tress.
So right now, he does. Oh, and Glory Seeker has 3.5. Now the Jacked is coming in to protect the Shantoto, which is actually which is normally, under normal circumstances, would be the Cloud's job. But seeing as the Cloud is sort of in a 2v1, the Jack kind of has to do it instead. Oh!
Oh, wow, it's not quite far away there. Shantoto running right now for her life.
Oh, and giving Trinity limit.
Yep.
Oh no.
He actually got hit into that. I know that was pretty unfortunate. Looks like a Cloud Cyclone came out and Jess was able to change his trajectory just enough to get hit into that Salvation Scythe. Now, when you're focusing a shoot like that, depending on who they are, they're going to just turn around and HP attack you. Like, you know, at that point, they have nothing to lose. So that's what ended up happening right there.
Yeah. Although Salvation Scythe is a bit of an unusual choice, considering the long startup. It's something you'd probably... It's one of those HPs you could sidestep and then they'd react, and then you can still sidestep again. So it's fairly avoidable HP even up close.
Yep, I agree with that. So, taking a look. Alright, so we have... Yep, Wall Rush, and again, he was going to go for the HP attack. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I would say the vast majority of the Wall Rushes that you get in this game, you're probably better off just, switching to another target, backing off, especially against a well-coordinated team. It looks like Trestle has kind of opted to go for the HP attack every time, and Trinity Limit definitely has on that.
That is a double meteor, but it gives Shantoto range at pretty much base bravery, which actually may not be worth it in the long run, depending on how things go.
Saw right there, she did neutral Brave Fire that went so far, you know what I mean? It has spectacular hold abilities as well, so not sure about that. Again, some of these Angel Wing coming out, yeah. Nice trade right there.
That's Fluffy with a Red Shield, and that Cloud, does he have limit? Yes. So Chibi now has limit break and is this fatal? It is. That is an excellent cover for Chibi from Renoa. But unfortunately Fluffy got here.
Yeah, they're really getting the worst of these trades here. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's been full throttle since the word go. There's been very little neutral here happening in any of the matches. Trade after trade after trade.
Like I said, Tuning Limit is actually very good when it comes to covering their team members. So earlier when the Cloud got the Omni Slash off, he almost got punished by, I think, the Jacked, but they were covered by Renoa, so they actually did just fine.
Oh my goodness, Trestle actually just blocked he just evaded at least 6 to 7 HPs in a row. That was actually spectacular. Good stuff to him.
And this Shantoto that went way too far for more, and panicked as soon as they saw the Omni Slash Cloud right in front of them.
So yep, Omni Slash, you definitely want to dodge left, but sometimes it can just catch you off guard. So you want to definitely be looking at that mini map. In your head, you should have the number for Cloud kind of ingrained in your head if they have Omni Slash. And if they're like one ring from you, like, just keep an eye out. Like, don't press any buttons. You have to be kind of ready to evade.
What I like to do is I usually, if there's a Cloud on the other team, I like to look at their HP bars to see whether or not they have limit active. So if they do, that's when I'd usually take a quick glance at the limit map to see how to take a look at their position and pretty much tell my team to be careful after that, because although very easily avoided, it's still a very dangerous move once he's a limit.
Yep, definitely agree 100% on that front. So let's take a look at Glory Seeker here. Alright. I'm placing neutral here, trying to slow it down just a little bit. Got Fluffy looking at her. There we go. The Basin side, no go right there.
And War's appearing, but no one seems to be...
Oh! 4K! Oh man, and Omnislash, they might be able to. This might be their game. If they can get the core, nah, Cloud's there first, and we all know how Cloud is with that core.
They managed to salvage what was left of the core. So right now, Trinity Limit only is only at a slight disadvantage when in terms of core. But so anyway,
Fluffy at about half life.
And still, he's only going into the faces, but he's not necessarily engaging them as of right now. Oh, and he's going for it. He maybe. Oh, and he's getting out of there just fine.
They're gonna try and summon. Yeah, they're gonna try and summon, and they can definitely bring this back with summon. So all their members are focusing Fluffy right now. And I'm not. Oh my goodness. Salvation. Oh man. He was definitely the decoy to allow that solo summon to happen, and good stuff to him for not dying for it. Good work on Fluffy's part.
But now Kaiser has both Limit Break and Mighty Strikes. Oh, and that's a Slice of Dice. Double, actually. So, surprisingly, actually, wait, this is Trinity Limit Summon. So, there's a chance that they may be able to bring this back. So as of right now, Fat Metal Chocobo is in a critical condition.
So Kaiser right there out of dash gauge or in people keep sidestepping. Yep, ends up getting
and
right
gone.
Yep. And this is gonna be a wall rush? Nope, it's lucky, no wall rush. Colossal. Yeah, gonna get slice and dice, yeah. Banked it all on the Colossal, didn't work out. Nobody near, so to get there in time, and I think maybe he had already popped teleport. Ridiculously good stuff right there to Trinity Limit, bringing that back. They were at a pretty big deficit. Again, though, the power of the summon, and kind of in tandem with them making a lot of good calls right there, really allowed them to secure that match.
Right. That's pretty much like what brought it all together was the summon, because at that point Trinity Limit was had more freedom to do what they pleased. So as a result, they were able to use the summon to their advantage and bring the momentum to their side.
Alright, we should be good now. Able to kick that guy. Alright. So, right now, moving into 4-0. So, go ahead, Arco.
Now, let's see if this might be a point where Fat Metal Chocobo may need to reconsider their game plan, because what they've been doing hasn't really been working out very well for them so far. As of right now, Glory Seeker could definitely stand to use a bit more protection as a shoot player, because Fluffy pretty much got on them whenever he got the chance. So there wasn't too much Glory Seeker could do against that.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. And going to Port Decamana for the last match here. What's going on, Lighting? Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And guys, stick around after the set is concluded. I will be having Ken Greg come up to talk about the international invitation taking place tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. So diving into this, guys, let's take a look at Glory Seeker. Still going to try to true with Shantoto. All right, getting a bit of Brave right there, building.
See, at this point,
somebody cheered bits. that's why that shows up.
I was wondering if that was.
It's unlighted. Thanks, unlighted.
Let's see. As it stands right now, they're managing to hold neutral, but Fat Metal Chocobo seems to be at a slight disadvantage here in terms of bravery.
Yep, taking a look at it here. So let's take a look at Kaiser. Dash back a bit. Now the core is coming up, so yep, see people beelining for the core right now. Clouds on it. Okay, yep,
Both
some
clouds.
Ravers going
and
out.
now, GB now has 4K.
So you know.
Ah, no, he couldn't take the setup because of the flood right there with him.
The GB does have killing on a few team members right now. Definitely going to be looking
Two
for
limit break clouds.
Oh, what will happen next? Yep, there we have it. What?
Wait. Someone else killed, actually.
That was very strange. So, as we stated before, this has kind of been a little on the gorilla side the whole set. Everybody is literally this. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, Lore Seeker took advantage of Little Buster using Colossal Shantotto, and immediately is now at 3K.
Oh, they end up getting the summon. Oh, that's a shame. Looked like everybody tried to stop the summon there. Trinity Limit getting the better of that exchange. So they're going to get the summon out, and they do still currently have the stock advantage. So let's take a look and see how this unfolds.
Lore Seeker is at Rage, but unfortunately can't utilize it very well because of Fluffy on the tail. Then Salvation side, and it's this. Unfortunately, and is this game? That is game.
Yeah. Yes. Hello. How are you guys?
Hey, what's going on, Kick Rick? We're just closing out, potentially, so it's the first of 5, and it's 4-0 right now. So just give us a few moments, and then we will do
All
that,
right.
okay?
All right.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, so let's go into this final match. Alright, so I'm going to start off, actually I'd like to take a look at, kind of focusing on Chocobos, take a look at Andrew PR's Renoa that's definitely been pretty solid throughout the whole set, knows where to be, knows how to annoy, and definitely a lot of good calls on Meteor, a lot of good setups as well. So right there, we need the double, 2K off Meteor.
And
hey guys, remember to subscribe to twitch.tv/OscularFisher.
Okay, I think this VC definitely needs a padlock. Because that was unlighted, ladies and gentlemen. A little late on that Meteor call right there.
Yeah, they actually reacted with Meteor a bit too early, because if they timed it to where he finished, they actually could have landed the Meteor off that because of how slow Cloud's dash attack is, and that's an Omni Slash by
Yep. So right now, Trinity Limit absolutely bleeding, absolutely crazy. So let's take a look.
This might. That's a sense right, but they. Oh. And this is Fat Metal Chocobos summon, so there's a good chance that if they do manage to make good use of the summon, they might be able to wrap it up. Oh, so Kaiser stepped in the wrong direction of that Meteor. Meanwhile, this Cloud has 4K and unable to spend it as all 3 people are looking at him. Oh.
Okay. So, teleports right there.
This Cloud is holding on to his brave for dear life. Unfortunately, clicking a bit too hard since Jack is coming in. Oh, and the Omni Slash was a bit too far away for it to land. Here. You can do it. Nope. So I'm looking at at Chibi right now, he's desperately searching for an opening so that he can spend all of his grave. But unfortunately, without Limit Break, he basically has no range, so he couldn't get that punish off of Eject. Oh, and that is an HP by Trinity Limit.
And that's gonna be it. So right there, Trinity Limit taking it. That was that was a pretty convincing 5-0 right there. Looks like they were still well-oiled machine, knew what calls to make, and they were just on point throughout that entire set. I felt like they definitely went fully aggressive. Now, generally, you know, there's two sides to Trinity Limit, one with Moises and one with Andrew PR. Andrew PR, generally, I felt with his Terra play, was always a little bit on the more of the aggressive side, not really like stalling and stuff like that, a little bit more in your face, as opposed to like Moises or something like that. So with him going to Renoa and with Cloud and Tidus, I felt like they were just honestly able to go 100% ham with it.
Right. So with Renoa being a very aggressive shoot, it's actually it's actually very important for the player to be to also have an aggressive playstyle. So it definitely worked out well in Trinity Limit's favor, as not only did Andrew know what he was doing with the meteors, he was also be able to game Brave consistently, despite him being limited to mostly mid-range attacks as a shoot.
Yeah, I definitely concur 100% with that, 100%. So, Arakawa, let me ask you this. In your opinion, what was the number one thing that Fat Metal Chocobos needed to do in order to stop the aggression?
For one, I'd say that the Cloud definitely needed to be a bit more needed a bit more presence in when it comes to deterring the other team's speed, because I'm seeing Glory Seeker getting hit by HPs by Fluffy left and right. So here's the thing about Cloud: whenever I do use Omni Slash, I usually make sure to only use Limit Break when one I'm in a situation where I absolutely need to deter the speed, or two, if I'm in the middle of a summon. Here, Fat Metal Chocobo's Cloud was using the Limit Break mostly as he pleased. So he's just sort of been going in and just kind of left the speed to protect the shoot, which, and under normal circumstances, it should really be the other way around. Because Cloud's a Vanguard, it's gonna be a bit difficult. It's gonna be a bit more difficult for him to escape an onslaught of an entire team than a speed would.
Yep, I definitely agree with that, 100%, 100%. Good stuff right there. So we are going to have both teams come up so that they can kind of say a few words and stuff like that, see who is available. Let me see.
Alright. So sorry, this cough didn't really go away yet, so I'm just kind of trying to like trying to see if I can talk without coughing, but it seems it's not gonna go that well.
No, it's quite fine. I understand, man. Lord Arakawa has been a little bit under the weather. We are going to get Glory Seeker in here as well as Trestle. I would like to thank Arakawa for participating and doing some commentary. Appreciate it, kind sir. You feel free to stick around. If you have any questions, feel free to just go ahead and ask them when we get to that segment. All right, man?
Thanks. Honestly, I'm happy you asked me. This is really my first time commentating, so I'm not very quick when it comes to words, but hopefully you all were patient enough with me to really follow what I'm trying to say. So, thank you all for listening to me ramble about the game.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Sorry about that.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what's up,
Uh,
Andrew? And I think
hey,
Fluffy is here, just waiting
Yeah,
on
I'm here.
Glory Seeker and Tress.
What's up?
Eggplant Roo. What a name! What a
That's true.
name! Yikes.
ooh, but his mic seems to be muted. So,
Yeah, his mic doesn't work unfortunately
Yeah,
on on
he
Discord.
has some issues with Discord, so he's here to he can type. If you want to ask him, type the answer. Yes.
all right.
Okay. We just give him one moment. So yeah, we're still waiting. So let's wait for them. So while we're waiting for them, what's up, guys? It's been a while since we talked. How you guys been doing? This is Trinity Limit that I'm speaking to right now for the viewers out there.
It's been going pretty good.
It's been going great. I think like our team has been pretty okay this past month though. Fluffy had a vacation there.
Okay, excellent. Now I know the competitive scene has kind of cooled down a little bit. Is probably the best way to put it. I know we don't have weeklies or anything like that right now. We do still have monthly tournaments and stuff like that. So a lot of these teams we just aren't seeing on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? Unless we're organizing scrims and stuff like that. But it's not like, kind of like a spotlight and stuff like that anymore. So I felt like a lot of teams, I just personally haven't seen them, or actually played with them and stuff like that in a while. I know that Trinity Limit is one of the few teams that's still pretty active, still pretty enter pretty much everything. But a lot of other teams, and speaking for my old team, you know what I mean, we just really weren't like entering everything, and kind of I felt like the fire kind of did die down a little bit for a lot of teams in NA and South America and even in Europe as well. No, are you guys? Let me tell them that they can enter. Okay, so yep, we generally do. Yep, so we can kind of go back and forth. Here we go. All right, so we have Glory Seeker and we have Tress as well. Will the third member of your team be joining us? Okay, no problem. So thanks both teams for participating. Now, I'm going to kind of break into this kind of the same way that I always generally like to. Let's start off with Fat Metal Chocobos. You guys knew that you're going to be facing off against Trinity Limit. You guys have a little bit of a history, kind of went back and forth a little bit historically. How did you guys feel going into the set? Let's start with Glory. Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%. You got to really be on the ball when you come to fight that team. It's stressful. I agree with that 100%. And Trust, what were your thoughts going into the set, man? No, you're fine. Someone, I'm definitely gonna hear about that. Yeah, no problem at all. Probably got just one more question if you guys got to get out of here in a moment. Now, Trinity Limit. I do have a question for you guys. Uh, I know Moise is in play in this set, so this team comp that you guys specifically ran, I felt was definitely built around aggression. You know, you're not going to be zoning anybody out with this team comp that you had. So talk to me a bit about that.
Fluffy, do you want to talk about it? Or? Yeah, the team comp.
Okay. And Andrew, how do you feel you're doing with Renoa? Give me some of your thoughts on her since her launch.
Yeah, well, Renault's definitely a different Sarah, because Sarah, you're so used to having that comfort of being in the back lines and just sniping people out. And Renault is like a completely different play style. You're just going in, and this is what I feel. I feel like the meta of shoots is slowly changing to close fighting, skirmish, if I like to put it. Like most shoots right now are like fighting in that mid to close range, so it's where everyone's just always in the action. And I kind of like that right now because it just feels like the game just goes quicker, things are happening quicker, and it's just a constant fight. Even though sometimes you can play neutral, just having that ability to skip it is it's really nice. Change it nice.
Okay. So I like that, and I definitely just kind of from watching the Renoas and stuff like that. I think right now that the Renoas that I've been kind of keeping an eye on, yours in particular is very good. Westfa as well as Polar. You guys have some pretty unique approaches to the character. I can't say any of you play the character the same. But that character in itself, you know what I mean? She really lends herself to being in the fray as much as possible. Not going to be at the end of the screen chucking stuff. She's got to really be like right in there, and I felt like there was a lot of like really good meteor snipes and stuff like that. Now, I did have a question for Chocobos. Now, Glory Seeker, you opted to go with Shantoto for the majority of the set. How did you feel about the Shantoto matchup versus that team? Hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree, man. It is hard when you play, against a certain team and stuff like that. So have you guys been kind of practicing regularly and stuff like that? I know the tournament circuit's kind of slowed down a little bit. Has that kind of affected you guys' motivation to kind of play and grind and stuff like that? Hmm.
of the first season of ESL. Am I right, Glory?
I guess so.
Yeah, more likely.
Okay. All right. I definitely hear what you're saying. So just a quick recap. I know there was a bit audio issues. They essentially said that, um, they were definitely pretty hyped to go into the exhibition and things like that. But kind of squaring off against Trinity Limit, it can be a little bit of an uphill battle and stuff like that. So nonetheless, I definitely thank you guys for participating. Any of you guys going out to see Otaku at all?
I wish I could.
We're kind of looking into it. Trinity Limit is checking out, but we just have a few bumps. We might or might not. It's still up in the
I
but
cannot make it from Spain.
the travel for I don't know.
Me neither from Brazil.
Yeah, I get what the others are saying because I live. It's a like a 3-hour flight. It's a lot of traveling as well.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I definitely hear what you're saying. So, gonna close out with just a few last minute questions for Team Trinity Limit. So, guys, what's next on the docket for you guys?
What's next? I mean, we're entering tomorrow's tournament. It should be Moises, Coffee, and Chibi taking on tomorrow's tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on commentating tomorrow for
Yeah, Andrew
tournament
should be
as well.
commentating. I'm just gonna be on the sideline watching and rooting for my team.
Okay. I respect that. Sometimes I don't mind being that guy. You know what I mean? I don't have the stress of playing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
So,
that's why we decided to split it. Like if you saw, like me and Andrew play today, and Moises and Coffee play tomorrow.
Yeah,
we have
we like to like Fluffy was saying. I'm sorry if I interrupted you, Fred. We like to play like everyone is synergized with. We like to switch it out a few things. Like some days you'll see Coffee, Chibi, or Fluffy, me and Chibi, or things like that. We're always playing with each other. There's no like real set team for us. We always work together. Everybody at Trinity likes to do that.
yeah, no problem. And I think that kind of happens naturally when you have bigger teams. You know what I mean? Kind of segregation as far as, hey, you guys can play this, we'll play that, just so that everybody kind of gets an equal crack at it. I feel. Now,
Yeah.
I do believe, hopefully, we might be able to get Ken Gregg here. He is actually the organizer for the international tournament taking place tomorrow. So, I guess next question is, since both teams, well, Chocobos will be in there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah, we have 2 divisions, Fat Metal and Fat Magic Chocos, because most of the guys want to participate.
Okay. So, I guess this is a question for pretty much everybody in here. You guys ready to play JP potentially in a serious manner? I guess this is an exhibition, so would both teams kind of feeling up to the task at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so that was
That's
straightforward.
Coffee
That was
said that.
Coffee Cup.
Yeah, Coffee came in here.
And I tell you the truth, man. I've played Cherry on solo queue, and he's a pretty tough opponent.
Cherry's a monster. I've seen his work. He's scary. He's really scary. That's all I have to say. Yeah. Yeah, he's insane. Hands down, I would definitely say he's one of the best players in Dissidia worldwide.
Yeah, I think that is pretty unanimous. I think everybody would definitely agree with that. So, just a few moments, and King Greg will be here. While we wait for that, Team Trinity Limit, any shout-outs, anything you guys want to kind of get out there while you guys have the spotlight here?
Thank you for having us, and thank you, Fat Metal Chocobo, for facing us. It was fun games and GG's.
Yeah, same. Thanks to you, Kyle. Bring us in here. Thanks, Fat Metal. Fun fights. Can't wait to fight you guys again.
Yes.
And I like a shout out for as well the Nervisia. They're good friends with Trinity Limit. They done a lot of good things for us in the back lines. Just thank you for everything as well. Always support us from the sidelines as well.
Yeah, shout out to Nervicia, another Discord that does run tournaments and events and stuff like that on a very regular basis. Definitely want to make sure that we are collectively supporting the Dissidia community, whatever factions it may be. So yeah, definitely huge shout out to them. And Team Chocobos, shout outs, anything you guys want to say, last minute comments?
I don't know. Do you have anything in mind, Tress? I want to shout out to Shinoda, who sadly couldn't be here today. I wasn't meant to play today. It was going to be Shinoda, but I'm not feeling great, so I had to step up. I hope he feels well, and maybe when he watches this, I'm praying for you, man. You can play tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
Send good
Also,
vibes. Go ahead, Tress.
yeah, and also, we're gonna try to do our best, so we hope that we get to semifinals. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Trinity Limit again on semifinals for a chance to face JP people.
You're gonna see the other half of Trinity Limit.
True. Get to see both sides of.
Well, Trinity Limit is one thing, so yeah.
Okay. All right, good stuff. You guys are
I do
welcome.
have one thing to ask though.
Go ahead.
If you guys
I have a
want
shout out.
to, if
Of
shut up, coffee. If you guys want
well,
to,
I do.
All right,
okay, wait.
go ahead,
Just
Coffee,
let me
then
ask.
Coffee
I
can go.
just wanted to ask. Fat Metal. If you guys want to scrim, we can scrim. If you guys are down for it.
Because as you saw it, we really need it right now. We have to get back in our base. There's a big tourney tomorrow. We have to get back on our feet so we actually can. I don't know how the spectators felt about watching this because it was pretty one-sided. I hope they kind of enjoy it a little. We're going to get back, man. We're going to get back. And yes, I'd definitely be up for some screams anytime.
Awesome. Good to hear that. Coffee, you can say whatever you want now.
All right. I would like to thank both teams for keeping it 100% competitive. That is all.
Okay. All right. So we do have Ken Greg here. I'm going to actually open up the floor to him now. So you guys feel free to stay in VC, but please mute just so he has the floor and he can talk about the event that will be taking place tomorrow. Ken Greg, whenever you are ready, sir. The floor is yours. Can you hear me? I can hear. Oh, hold on. I think I know what it is. All right, keep talking. Okay, I think it's good
Hello,
now.
hello.
Yeah, I think Discord is wigging out. Okay, guys, this is Ken Greg, and he's going to be hosting an international invitational tournament tomorrow. So the floor is yours, sir, if you want to go ahead and say something about that.
Hi, hello guys. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you first for this small interview. I didn't know that you will invite me for this one. But yes, we have tomorrow a small and exclusive tournament with a team from Japan. Actually, I was impressed that Cherry will join because I didn't expect that he will be the first person that will say, yes, I want to do it. So it's glad to know that so many teams, very good, like Trinity or like FMC or like all those other teams that are participating, will make this tournament. So yeah, I am very excited. I even got a message right now when I was playing from Teira-san, that is the Zidane. He was like asking me, okay, I am ready for that. How are the players over there? And thank you for inviting me. And well, they are very excited about it. Yesterday, they were practicing and screaming with other people just to fight tomorrow. I mean, today for us in Japan, but tomorrow for you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. I think I can kind of speak for everybody in the room is that to say that to be able to play Cherry in a long, even in an exhibition, It's probably something that a lot of us really hope for. So can't thank you enough for putting that together. Would you like to kind of go over some of the details about the tournament, how it's going to be running, stuff like that, streams where they can check this out at?
Yeah, well, actually, we are going to post everything on the server that is for the teams that are participating, but for the other people that we are just watching, we are going to post everything on Facebook, on Reddit, and other social networks. But actually, it's tomorrow at 12 o'clock EST time, and it will be around 2 hours, I think, 2 hours or 3 hours. All the tournament will be a single elimination tournament, because mostly of the people were from Japan and from other countries were a little bit worried about the lag and the disconnection issues. You know that this is something that we can do anything about it. So actually, we made some special rules that I know you want to know about it, but I think that it could be a little bit easier, or it would be a little bit fair with these rules. Well, we need something that will be fast, because I don't know how much time the team have here in Japan, because as you may know, here in Japan is it will be about 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and some guys are have to work, and so many people are busy there. So that's why we try to arrange a good schedule for everyone, and make it like with the rules with the that Square Enix do here in the official tournaments here in Japan, for all those tournaments that they made each year. Actually, they are making two new tournaments for arcade and for NT. So they are going to participate in that, and they are pretty busy. So that's why they asked me if we can make the tournament tomorrow. So that's why we were in a hurry. Sorry for the guys that I just rush and say, okay, this will be the date, this will be the hour, and everything. But we were having with trying to make everything as soon as possible and very as good as possible. So that's why some details there were like just pushed right away in the server and told to everyone. About the special rules on the lag and the disconnection, we will handle that with a duo match and a single match if the lag or there are a lot of disconnection. So, for example, if an in the grand final that is against the Japanese team, we see first we will have a test match, like any test match that we have in the NA region. But then after that, depending of the lag or if there's any disconnection, we are going to change to a duo match that the teams can choose whoever is the person that will join the match. And if we see that still there is a lag, a very bad lag, then we are going to make it in a single. So each player will fight just one player and for three match. So at the end, the team that wins two match then will be the winner. Before that, before the final, it will be just like a normal tournament, but just single match. So if there's any lag or disconnection between those matches, then we are going to try to classify what kind of lag is that. If it's very small, then you just handle with that and try to fight with this. But if it freeze or it's a very bad lag, then we are going to make the match like if you can continue with the battle, then you have to. We are going to check only the results, and the person that have the score, the highest score, will be the winner. Will make the team of his the winner of the match. So, but if the lag is very bad, this just freeze for 10 seconds or more, then we are going to make that duo match or a single match. So those are the special rules that we try to make in order to make this faster and a little bit fair, and try that people enjoy a little bit and don't say, okay, it's because the lag that I lose, and the problem that always happen with this. So I just hope that everyone enjoy it and try their best, because yeah, we really tried our best to get these players. I actually asked all the heroes and champions here, and only few of them reply me. And yes, as I told you, it was a surprise for me that only Sherry said, "Okay, let's do this," and he just gathered his team in just 2 days, and he said, "Okay, I have my team. Okay, you tell me the rules, and we are ready to go." So we are right now almost ready. So just expect that everything goes well. And if any team or any member has any question, just we have the server there in Discord, so you can ask. And please, every team, just make sure to make a little bit brief summary of the his story or something, because all the commentators and judge will make a little will be a presentation for everyone. So that's it, I think.
Okay. All right. I can tell you right now that my team is kind of like I couldn't get a few people, so I'm running with like essentially like a custom made team. So I can try and put something together to kind of fill in for the bio. But I think Andrew and Saren kind of both they're familiar with me and the players I play with, so it should be okay. For mine, I'll try and get
Okay,
that option select
no
out the way
problem at
right
all.
now. But no, I did want to definitely thank you, King Greg, for organizing this, putting this together. And like you said, it was kind of all came together really quickly, but I appreciate you doing this for the community and kind of giving us a crack at actually playing a very, essentially one of the Japanese Japanese arcade gods. You know what I mean? Like Cherry is very well known. You know, a lot of people study his videos and stuff like that. So we appreciate the opportunity. Definitely interested to see how tomorrow goes. I will tweet it out when it goes out and stuff like that, guys. I believe that I'll drop my Twitter. I'll drop King Greg's Twitter. So when it starts, you guys can tune in and stuff like that. But keep an eye out. We'll be happening at 12 p.m. EST. So just kind of stay tuned for that, man. Any last words you have on the event or anything like that, King Greg?
Well, I say everything I think. Just enjoy and try to watch the stream and subscribe to everyone, because without the help of all of you guys, we cannot do this. So I appreciate really all the support of all the teams that are participating. And actually, I was surprised to see some teams that joined the tournament, and I didn't know them, but they were pretty well known by other players, so I trust them. And I think that it will be very good, not just for the people that are going to battle, but for everyone, because it will be also a kind of exhibition, and some way that you can learn a little bit how other players do play. And actually, from the cherry team, well, you will see in person and in the game how they actually fight against another team that is not from Japan, and they are a little bit excited about that too, because they were trying to find out how to play with other foreign use people, but because the language barrier and all those lag issues, it's a little difficult. But yes, try to just watch it and learn and enjoy it. Thanks everyone, and see you tomorrow then.
Okay. Once again, huge shout out to Ken Greg. Thank you for coming up and saying a few words about that. On that note, I actually, Mr. Arakawa, are you still here? You are still here, right?
I am still
All right.
here.
So we have a few members of each team left. Did you have any questions for them?
Not really. During the little session earlier, you pretty much covered a lot. I mean, a wide range of things that, for the most part, I did kind of. I've actually been kind of wondering. So, yeah.
Okay. No problem. With that, guys, I am going to sign out. Again, huge shout out to Arakawa for commentating with me. Huge shout out for Trinity Limit as well as Fat Metal Chocobo for agreeing to play. Good session as always. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the Invitational. I did drop, I believe it's going to be twitch.tv/Saren. I did drop it in the Twitch chat. I dropped my Twitter as well. I will be tweeting it out before it happens, just trying to give some more exposure. But on that note, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night.